Hey guys, and welcome to World of Warships with Levu. In today's video I want to talk about the other premium Pan-Asian destroyer, the Tier 6 Anshan, which is obviously, as you guys probably know, a copy of the Tier 5 Gnevy Russian destroyer with a little bit of extra hit points, slightly better AA rating with a much bigger range, and slightly worse detectability. These are the main differences between the Anshan and the Gnevy. The Anshan, as you can see in the stats that I'm showing on the screen right now, has got a 7 km detection range as opposed to the 6.8 on the Gnevy. All the other stats are very similar, and those ships are nearly identical, except for the obvious fact that the Anshan is a tier 6 ship, therefore it has to fight ships that are a tier higher than the Russian counterpart. And I'm sure that you're wondering if it actually can stand up to its own in the higher tier, and I can tell you now that there's no problems. If you know how to sail this ship properly, then you will have no problems with sailing it in tier 6. The main points that you need to watch out for is the fact that this is an absolute beast when it comes to citadeling cruisers of those mid tiers. You may still meet an occasional Omaha. You may still meet a couple of the tier 6 cruisers that are still quite easy to pen as well. So keep in mind that your armor piercing shells are very useful here. But let's move on to the battle itself. So as you can see, I've sped ahead towards the decap, making sure that I will spot for the team, and I was hoping to stay hidden for as long as possible, but I am already spotted by another destroyer that must be in the area. That is the enemy Mutski, and as soon as I see it, I open up on it. And the crucial thing when it comes to sailing this destroyer is the ability of hitting your target in the first approach. You have to be really efficient, because most of the times you don't have the benefit of the surprise. Just as a typical Russian destroyer, the spotting range, detection range for this destroyer is quite bad, and you will most likely always be spotted before the enemy. So you always need to be prepared for evasive maneuvers, and you always need to know which way to expect your enemies from, so that your guns are ready. Just as the Gnevy destroyer, the Anshan suffers from a pretty bad turret rotation speed. It is actually much faster than the Gnevy's, which is the biggest advantage of this destroyer, but it's still pretty slow, so you need to watch out for that, and keep that in mind when preparing your guns. So I recommend you use the Ctrl X function and align your guns, pre-align them, for just as I did a second ago, to make sure that you're always prepared to return fire. So as you saw a moment ago, I got sort of chased away by that Butski and the enemy Aoba from the decap, but I'm back now, and I don't want to shoot anyone. I want to stay hidden. I just want to move to the northwestern corner of the cap and hide there. But again, I'm being spotted by someone, and I still can't spot the enemy. But now there he is. That's the enemy Mutski, and again I open up on it instantly, and again, you need to be able to hit those targets on the spot in the first approach. Otherwise, you will be wasting the power of your guns. But as you can see, RNG is not on my side in this particular game. My aim was true, but the dispersion was against me, and I was missing quite a lot of those shots. And now the Muskie is beached himself, and I feel sort of safe in this area. I'm quite far from the other ships, so I basically just stop. I don't even bother with smoke, even though, I mean, that's actually not even ready yet. And I just keep shelling that poor Muskie while it's moving away. Trying to, you know, get yourself off the beach. And now that I damaged the Muskie's propulsion, that's the fate of the destroyer sealed. And now it's just a matter of finishing it off. And I bagged myself my first kill. Okay, next target. I'm switching my guns to the left side and using my Ctrl X function again to make sure that the guns are prepared to shoot to the left. And I don't really have a game plan right now. I'm thinking maybe I should go towards that island right in front of me, get there as fast as possible, and maybe I will manage to shell one of the cruisers that are right ahead of me. So we've got the Phoenix or the German Königsberg. Out of the two, the Phoenix is a much better target and it gives me a much bigger chance of actually scoring citadel hits. So I take an aim and just open up on the Phoenix. I know I'm still safe from the Königsberg, and that's my first citadel. And 4 other hits, 2.7 thousand of damage. Another 2 citadels, just over 3,000 of damage. I launched torpedoes towards the Königsberg, not expecting them to hit. I basically just want to make sure that he doesn't really want to go my direction and endanger my life. I'm already popping smoke and I'm hiding in smoke. Somebody else is spotting the cruisers for me, and that's another 2 citadels. As you can see, I'm doing really short work of this Phoenix. It's the specialty of those guns on those Russian destroyers. They're amazing, and basically citadeling cruisers that get too cocky in their area, in their vicinity. So the Phoenix is turning away, and technically I believe this is a misplay. I should have switched to the HE rounds. I would have made much more damage doing so. But even the AP rounds at this angle are actually doing quite well. So you can see the 1200 of damage, and now the last shot is actually killing the Phoenix. I can move on to the Königsberg. I'm doing some damage. I've actually managed to kill one of the Königsberg's rear turrets permanently, which is good. That reduces its general firepower. But unfortunately the ship stops being spotted, so I have to move away from that smoke in order to re-spot it again. I'm detected. That was mostly because of the fact that I was using my AA fire to fight the planes that were above me. But I withhold fire. I don't want to be spotted again by any ships. I want to relocate because too many of my enemies know my position at the moment. So I'm thinking what should be my next target, and I figured that maybe I should do a bit of a sort of a suicide run on that New York to my right. It's on 1/3 of its health, and it's under fire from 2 other ships at least. I'm expecting the New York to keep firing at the other ships, and sort of I'm hoping that he's basically going to ignore me. So my destroyer gets detected by the New York, and I basically open up. I'm using HE. The New York is on such low health that if you see just now, my 2 front guns are actually doing quite a lot of damage, and that way I'm trying to make sure that I don't present a tempting target to the New York. So now I switch to side, just hoping that I'm going to kill the New York before he reloads and opens up on me. And that's how I bag my 3rd kill. And I instantly, without hesitation, move towards that enemy boat that is hiding behind the island. Thinking I could play with this boat a little bit and use my AP rounds, so that's why I loaded them right now. But it's so close to me that even the 4 kilometer range on my torpedoes is sufficient to actually nail the CV that way. So I kind of can't help myself. I'm going to be mocking that CV in a moment, basically telling him that he's going to die in a second. But you know, I guess that's right about destroyer sneaking up on a CV. So we're closer than 2 kilometers now. The CV is proxy spotting me and has for a while. I launch my first torpedo spread and I'm just patient. I'm waiting to get a better profile of the enemy ship now and launch my second torpedo spread. And I know that the carrier is already dead, but I just launch another AP salvo towards it just to see if I manage to score another citadel. And that gives me my 4th kill in the game. And so far, as you can see, the awards list is pretty good looking. I've managed to land 66 hits on the enemy targets, plus 5 citadels, 4 kills, and I've even managed to shoot down two planes. The situation on the map is looking really good. We've got a huge point advantage. The enemy battleships to the west, they seem to be engaging another ship south of the caps, which is pointless work. If they want to save the game, they should be moving towards our caps, but they're not doing so. So it looks like the game is already won. So I'm thinking how to maximize the experience that I'm going to get for this particular game. And I figured that my best chance right now is to go towards the B cap and get some capping points. And unfortunately, before this happens, the timer runs out and the game is finished. So I'm going to save you the wait and just move on straight to the battle results screens and give you an idea of what I think about this pretty cool destroyer. So guys, as you can see, this game gave me 245,000 of profit and just under 4,000 of experience, nearly 1,000 of free experience, which is really important. And as I mentioned before, 66 hits, 2 torpedo hits. I managed to shoot down 2 planes. I sank 4 ships, and I've also managed to score 5 citadel hits. This is something that you really can't forget. The Russian destroyers are famous for the penetrative hits of their AP rounds, and since this is, well, basically it is a Russian destroyer that got rebranded and basically up-tiered, it features the exact same quality of the guns. So this game also gave me the top place on the team list with 1900 of base experience. And damage wise, this game gave me a total of 46,000 and change of damage dealt. It obviously isn't a great result, but it was good enough to put me in the first place in my team, and that's something that is sort of important for me. So guys, as I've mentioned before, I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the Anshan, and it is an excellent destroyer, even on the tier 6 as opposed to the tier 5 Gnevy. And if you know how to sail Russian destroyers, if you are comfortable with the slightly bigger detection range, slightly slower turret turn rate, this destroyer will give you a lot of pleasure sailing. Again, the same as with the Loyang, the Anshan is suffering from one big issue. You won't be able to train your other captains on this ship because of the nation tree that it belongs to. So again, if you feel like you have some extra cash and you feel like you would like to expand your Pan-Asian ship numbers and your port, I would definitely think about getting the Anshan. It is a lot of fun to sail. If you still struggle with how to handle a Russian destroyer or Russian-like destroyer, I recommend you check out the video to which link should be popping in the top right corner of this video right now. This is a video where I took out my Gremiastry, which is another variant, premium variant of the Gnevy class destroyer, and I managed to score 15 Citadel hits and deal over 140,000 damage. So please check this one out if you still have any doubts on how to sail destroyer of this class. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that I've given you my impression of this new premium destroyer. I thoroughly enjoyed sailing it, and if I haven't had the Gremiastry and the actual Gnevy in my port already, I would have most likely decided to buy it for myself as well. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give it a like down below. It helps the channel out immensely, motivating me to come up with new content, and I would also recommend you hit that subscribe button at the top there, because I will be coming up with many more of these videos. And for now, I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the open seas.